The power of saying no, the donkey who learned self-respect. Most people think that being kind means saying yes to everyone. They believe that if they carry every burden and help every soul, they will finally be loved and respected. But here is a painful truth that most people learn too late. Respect from others never comes before respect for yourself. If you don't set a limit, the world will treat you like a beast of burden until you break. This is the story of Rowan, a small donkey who realized that his kindness had become his own prison, and how one simple word changed his life forever. Rowan lived on a quiet farm. He wasn't the strongest or the fastest, but he was the most dependable. Every morning, before the sun even hit the hills, Rowan was already working. He hauled water, pulled heavy carts, and plowed the fields. But his work didn't end there. Because Rowan never said no, everyone in the forest started bringing their problems to him. A squirrel needed nuts moved. Rowan did it. The ducks needed their boat pulled. Rowan was there. Even the selfish fox would leave heavy bundles for Rowan to carry. Rowan thought this was kindness. He thought being useful was the same thing as being respected. But slowly things changed. Because Rowan always said yes, the other animals stopped saying thank you. They stopped asking politely. They just expected it. Rowan became invisible, a tool used by others while they rested in the shade. He was exhausted, his legs trembled, and his heart felt heavy with a weight that wasn't even his. One night, an old, wise horse appeared. He watched Rowan struggling with a tiny basket of berries a crow had dumped on him. The horse asked a question that hits home for many of us. Why do you carry things that are not yours? To teach Rowan a lesson, the horse began placing tiny light sticks on Rowan's back. One by one, they were weightless. But eventually, the pile became so high that it all came crashing down. The horse looked at him and said, "None of these sticks were heavy. But they fell because you never chose how much you would carry. If you never decide your limit, others will decide it for you." That moment changed Rowan. He realized that kindness without self-respect is just a burden that others are happy to let you carry. The next morning, when the squirrel dropped a heavy bag of nuts at his feet, Rowan did something he had never done. He looked the squirrel in the eye and gently shook his head. "I cannot carry that today." He wasn't angry. He wasn't mean. He just chose himself. At first, some animals were upset. They went elsewhere. But others began to treat him differently. They started asking instead of demanding. They started thanking him. Rowan was still kind, but now his kindness had a foundation of strength. The world treats us exactly the way we allow it to. If you are feeling overwhelmed, ask yourself, how much of the weight I am carrying today actually belongs to me? If there is a Rowan inside of you, it's time to put those burdens down. The strongest thing you can ever carry is your own self-respect.